Let's get to the starting lineup. First for the Bead Diggers, they'll go with junior Ben Mickey along with sophomore Austin Garcia, as well as a couple of juniors, Randy Baker and Jeffrey Dunker in the backcourt, and the senior center, Mitch Tormolen. And pretty much an all-senior team for Sterling as they go with Jay Keel in the backcourt, along with seniors Connor Carey, Colin Sanger, Lucas Lindgreen, and the big strong horse, Matt McNear. Opening tip tonight is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. It'll be Colin Sanger, jumping center for Sterling, Mitch Tormolen for the Bead Diggers. In this Patriot League Tournament Championship game for the University of Northern Colorado. And the tip is controlled by Sterling. Connor Carey with the basketball. On the outside right to Sanger, dribbling at the free throw line. Jump pass back out to Keel. Keel at the top, back out to Sanger. Sanger to Keel. On the outside left, Carey dribbling against Ben Mickey, left baseline, double team. And then the ball is wrestled away by Jeffrey Dunker. Dunker into the front court at the free throw line. In the lane, scoops it up and in! And a foul! Jeffrey Dunker to the line to shoot one. Sterling foul was committed by Jay Keel. That's the way to start this basketball game.
It was. I'm kind of shocked that Sterling, they had him stopped, and then all of a sudden they all backed off, and it was like parting of the Red Sea for him.
The Dunker free throw is up and in. The Bead Diggers with the early 3-0 lead. And here comes Jay Keel for Sterling. On the outside left to Carey. Back out to Sanger at the top. To his right to Keel, guarded by Dunker. At the top for Carey, outside left here Sanger. Picked up by Mickey, dribbling to his right. Back out to Keel. Keel with the basketball at the top. On the outside right to Carey. Fakes the three, double team. And then there's a hold against the Bead Diggers. And the foul is on Jeffrey Dunker. That's his first. And to throw it in three-quarters court, Lucas Lindgreen. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. Brush Grocery Card, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Keel on the outside left to McNear. Back out to Keel. On the high right, here's Carey. Cross court to Sanger. Sanger at the top, guarded by Austin Garcia. At the free throw line, spinning, looking, down low, wide open, Lindgreen. And the shot is blocked by Tormolen. Here comes Jeffrey Dunker the other way. Looked like an easy layup. Dunker at the free throw line, into the lane, and he carried the basketball. The Bead Diggers have turned it over for the first time. Yeah, the hesitation move was a good one by Dunker, but in the process, it just wasn't hesitating with his feet. The ball did turn over a little bit.
Yes.
Keel on the outside right to Carey. Brush three, Sterling nothing. 6:38 to go in the opening quarter. At the free throw line, Sanger with the basketball. Left of the lane, in the lane, spinning, leaning, shooting, and scoring is Colin Sanger. He got glass, he got rim, it went in. Brush three, Sterling 2. 6:21 to go, first quarter. Garcia into the front court. Over to Baker. Baker on the high left with the basketball. Dribbles into the lane, slashes it up, wild miss. And the rebound to Lucas Lindgreen. That was just a terrible shot there by Baker. Into the front court is Keel at the top. Looking down low, is going to feed McNear. Turns, shoots, air ball. And Ben Mickey has the basketball for Brush on the outlet to Garcia. Garcia on the outside right, pulls up for a three. No good. And the ball is loose, picked up by Tormolen, already his second rebound. Baker with a basketball straight away, picks up his dribble. Baker looking, cross court to Garcia. Garcia in the right corner for Mickey, dribbling to his left against Sanger, bounce pass at the top for Baker. Baker guarded by Lindgreen. Baker dribbling to his right. Chest pass over to Mickey. Mickey looking down low, dribbles towards the basket, is cut off by Sanger. Maintains the dribble on the other top to Tormolen, now to Dunker. Dunker on the outside left with the basketball. Lobs it down low for Mickey, but the ball is knocked away by Lucas Lindgreen, intercepted by Sterling. The Tigers can take their first lead of the game. It's 3-2 Brush, 5:10 to go. Sanger left baseline all the way, scoops it up and in. He had a clear lane to the basket, and Colin Sanger has giving Sterling a 4-3 lead. Garcia calls out the play for the Bead Diggers into the front court, guarded by Keel between his legs on the outside right, picks up the dribble. Feeds it back out to Mickey. On the high left to Baker. Baker gets a pick from Dunker. Dribbling to his left, cut off by Lindgreen. Going to have to back it out near the timeline to Austin Garcia. Garcia with 4:39 to go opening quarter. Sterling 4, Brush 3. Baker dribbling, 15-footer in the air, is in and out. Rebound, Tormolen banks, and he misses, but he's fouled. Tormolen has grabbed already 3 rebounds, and he will shoot 2 free throws. The foul committed by Jay Keel. That's his second. We could have a Sterling substitution coming up here momentarily. And here is Tormolen. Free throw is up and in for Mitch Tormolen, and the game is deadlocked at 4. Kyle Rosenbrock checks in for Ben Mickey. That's the first substitution of the game by either side. Bryce Needon's also into the game. Second free throw's in the air, and he pulled the string. And the ball is loose. Out of bounds is Lindgreen. Beat Diggers will have possession. Let's see who throws it in. It's going to be Needons to trigger it in for Brush underneath the Sterling basket.
Well, Sterling's still trying to stay in a man-to-man, but they're going zone sometimes, too.
Tormolen to Dunker, right of the lane, spinning in the lane, fading, shooting, missing off to the left. Lindgreen has the rebound for Sterling. On the outlet to Keel, deadlocked at 4. 4:16 to go, first quarter from the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley in this Patriot League Tournament Championship game. In the left corner, Sanger pulls up for a 3. It's going to be short and over the backboard, Beat Digger ball. Whether you're in the market to purchase a newer pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street will professionally fit you into the car truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. Ehrlich Toyota East. Here comes Dunker for the Beat Diggers. Met by Matt McNear at the top of the three-point circle. The high right to Needons, guarded by Keel, dribbling to his left, gets a pick from Tormolen, spinning at the free throw line, he travels. And the Beat Diggers have turned it over 3 times here in the early going. The Tigers with 1 miscue, as Lucas Lindgreen will throw it in. Well, pretty similar to the first meeting in terms of defense. I mean, we're looking at an 8-8 quarter so far. Sanger with the basketball on the outside right corner, wide open 3, partially blocked. And Kyle Rosenbrock has it as Connor Carey was the one who missed that shot. Rosenbrock at the top of the basketball. Feeds it on the high right to Needons. Gets a pick from Rosenbrock. Jump pass to Rosenbrock. Guarded over there by Colin Sanger. He backs it out over to Randy Baker. Baker down low. Dunker turns, shoots, scores on the left baseline for Jeffrey Dunker. Beat Diggers 6, Tigers 4, and Jeffrey Dunker's got 5 points. 3:15 to go, first quarter. Here comes Jay Keel across midcourt on the outside left to Sanger, guarded by Needons. Oh. And then Jeffrey Dunker goes down, and that's going to be a foul on Mitch Tormolen away from the ball. Second team foul on the Beat Diggers. Tormolen's first. Dylan Manuelo comes in for Sterling. Beat Diggers come in with Jacob Nichols and Trey Cranston. So Connor Carey to throw it in. Carey looking, lobs it down low, and the jump shot is up and in off the catch by Colin Sanger. The game is deadlocked now at 6 with 3:03 to go. Nichols in the lane off the feed, and then he's fouled. Looked like he was hacked by either Manuelo or Sanger. And the foul's going to be on Colin Sanger. They got to get him in foul trouble because he's been a beast so far. Needons to throw it into the left of the basket.
They're doing the right thing. They got to take it right at him.
Needons over to Baker. Little 10-foot fade away is no good. The rebound on one hop to Ethan Rose, just into the game for Sterling. On the outlet to Keel. Brush 6, Sterling 6. 2:49 to go, first quarter. Connor Carey with the basketball. Near the top to Sanger. On the outside left is Keel. Bounce pass to Manuelo at the free throw line. Lost the basketball, and it's taken away by Cranston. Cranston's runner is up and no good, but he threw up a brick. And the rebound is controlled. A foul in the backcourt after Manuelo grabbed the rebound. And the Beat Digger foul was on Bryce Needons. That's his first, the team's third. Yeah, I don't know if Cranston was unsure because he's usually pretty...
Well, I think he saw Bryce out of the corner of his eye, and he thought, well, maybe I could get that pass, but then he decided to shoot, and it kind of all
it was all
got muddled.
Cross-court pass to Ethan Rose, dribbling against Rosenbrock at the top for Carey. Back on the high right to Sanger. 2:20 to go in the opening quarter. Deadlocked at 6. Carey the basketball near the timeline to Rose on the outside right. Sanger with the ball. Over to Keel. Outside left now to Rose. Picked up by Needons. Cross-court pass taken by Keel. Dribbles in at the free throw line. Then he's stripped by Cranston. The ball is loose. Keel's got it back. Manuelo now for Sterling. We approach the 2-minute mark, and that was a traveling violation. How do you miss that one? And here is Rose pulling up from 12, and that is off the back of the rim. And Bryce Needens with a basketball for the Beat Diggers with a rebound. Needens across midcourt on the outside right. Down low for Nichols. Lost the basketball. Picked up by Needens. Backs up behind the three-point line. Gets a pick from Nichols. Pulls up for a three. It might have been partially blocked. And the ball is loose on the floor. And it's wrestled away by Connor Carey of Sterling. On the outlet to Colin Sanger. A minute 35 to go opening quarter. Deadlocked at 6. Sanger on the outside left with the basketball. Dribbles left of the lane. In the lane is runners up and no good. Jacob Nichols with a Beat Digger rebound. Nichols will hand it off over there to Randy Baker with a minute 19 to go. Brush 6, Sterling 6 in the opening quarter of the Patriot League Tournament Championship game. Baker spinning, looking on the high left to Cranston. Cranston back out to Needens, dribbles towards the left corner, picks up the dribble, looking down low. Bounce pass left baseline, knocked out of bounds, intended for Nichols, and poked away by Connor Carey. Into the game is James Skurjanik for Sterling, and Jake Brown checks in for Brush with 67 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Needens to throw it in. Needens back out to Rosenbrock at the top for Cranston. Cranston to Rosenbrock, looking in the left corner. Rosenbrock dribbling to his right, just slowing this down at the top for Jake Brown. Guarded by Ethan Rose at the free throw line. Back out to Needens. Fakes the three, dribbles to his left. 16-foot pull-up is in and out, and the rebound is controlled by Brown. Back out to Cranston. Cranston right at the lane as the Beat Diggers will reset with 43 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Deadlocked at 6, very similar to the first meeting. Rosenbrock right at the lane, 15-footer, yes, for Kyle Rosenbrock. And the Beat Diggers are back out on top, 8-6, with 30 seconds to go in the first. Jay Keel for Sterling, met by Cranston on the outside left to Rose, back out for Keel. On the high right is Skurjanik, over to Keel. Keel with 20 seconds to go. Jump pass to Rose, dribbles to his right. Cross court, here's Skurjanik, shot up and in. And that's a three for James Skurjanik. Sterling in the lead, 9-8. 7 seconds to go in the first. Cranston with the basketball at the top with 5. With 4, hands it off to Brown. Brown in the corner. Long shot is up and in and out. That's the end of the first with a score. Sterling 9, Brush 8. A 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Along with Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran as we begin the second quarter in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game from Greeley at the University of Northern Colorado. Sterling with a 9-8 lead over Brush. The Beat Diggers have the basketball. Jeffrey Dunker out there with Austin Garcia, Ben Mickey, Mitch Tormolin, and Randy Baker. Mickey at the top now for Tormolin on the outside right to Dunker. Bounce pass right baseline. Baker fades, shoots, scores. Swish for Randy Baker. In the backcourt is Colin Sanger. Jump pass to Matt McNear. In the front court to James Skurjanik. Wide open was Manuelo. Couldn't get him the ball. Also out there is Ethan Rose. Sanger with a basketball, looking down low. Swings it back out to Skurjanik. With the Beat Diggers up 10-9, 7:22 to go, second quarter. Very entertaining game so far, Jen.
It is. They're running a little 3 out and 2 in, so a little high-low for Sterling against our man-to-man coverage. Well, we're running a matchup zone, basically.
Sanger with the basketball, back out to Skurjanik. Over to Sanger. Sanger looking to his left. Gets the pick from Matt McNear in the right corner of the basketball. Skurjanik, he traveled. Turnover number 3 for Sterling.
And I think Sterling went to that because they, Austin's a little shorter guard, Randy's a little shorter, so if they can get the switch off the screens like what they were doing before, then they get a mismatch in the post-up.
Dunker calling out the play on the high right for Baker. Baker dribbling, spinning in the right wing, back out to Tormolin, outside right. Garcia fakes the 3, steps in, lost the basketball. Dylan Manuelo comes away with the ball for Sterling. Beat Diggers maintaining the 1-point lead, 10-9, 6:38 to go before the break. Sanger into the front court, straight away picked up by Garcia, picks up the dribble, looking, spinning on the outside right to Ethan Rose, guarded by Dunker, back out to Sanger. Sanger on the high left to Skurjanik, now to Sanger, on the high right to Rose. Rose, free throw line to Manuelo, over to Sanger, fakes the 3 straight away, dribbling against Garcia, down low, wide open, and banking it in is Dylan Manuelo. He was wide open for the Tigers. They grab an 11-10 lead with 6:09 to go before the break. Garcia at the top of the basketball, straight away 3, and that is off the bottom of the rim. Manuelo grabs the rebound, not even close there. That was missed by a mile. Here comes Sanger for Sterling. Front court pass to Skurjanik. Skurjanik back to Sanger on the outside left to Rose. Rose looking for McNear to Manuelo, back to Sanger, outside right to Skurjanik. Straight away, Sanger. Sanger dribbles left of the lane, in the lane, and then was he fouled? He traveled instead.
Yep, he had that little crow hop, and then he didn't get rid of the ball. Brush did a nice job that time. The time before that, the play before that, they got pushed up in the lane a little bit, which allowed for that little diagonal pass as a backdoor cutter.
Both teams have committed 4 turnovers in the game. 5:46 to go, second quarter. Sterling 11, Brush 10. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. On the high right, Baker with a basketball against Lucas Lindgren. Backs up, leans, fades, not going to shoot. Now to Tormolin, over to Baker, right of the lane. Baker fades from 7. That's well short. Rebound, Tormolin. Banks and misses. Tormolin dribbles and then had the shot blocked out of there and taken away by Connor Carey. One too many pumps for Tormolin. Sterling looking to extend a 1-point lead. Jay Keel outside right to Carey. And then he pulls up from 3. That's going to be well short. And the ball is going to be chased down by Lindgren. Lindgren's going to back it out for Sterling. Straight away, Keel with the basketball. Keel looking on the high right to Carey. Carey, free throw line to McNear. Bodied up by Tormolin. Lean shoots. Blocked by Tormolin, but a foul. That's going to be Tormolin's second foul. You don't have to travel out of town to receive the best and most advanced hearing health care. Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. And your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. The free throw's a brick. Wow.
It's not a very pretty release.
Oh, that was awful. That was well off to the right. Second free throw for Matt McNear. He spins, he shoots, and he scores off the front of the rim. And the Sterling lead is 2. At 12-10, Kyle Rosenbrock will check in for Brush. Rosenbrock, Mickey, Baker, Dunker, and Austin Garcia. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see these teams Moby Arena in a couple of weeks. Dunker with a basketball on the high right to Rosenbrock. Guarded by McNear. Rosenbrock looking, dribbling to his left, back at the top for Baker. Baker outside right to Rosenbrock, down low for Garcia. Garcia fades, shoots, and around, and good! Garcia got a friendly roll, and the game is deadlocked at 12. 4:23 to go, second quarter. Rose into the front court, cross-court pass off the hand of Lucas Lindgren out of bounds, and the Tigers turn it over for a 5th time. Beat Digger basketball. Look to the team at Valley View for rehab, short-term, and long-term care needs. 815 Fremont. Call them 867-8261. Colin Sanger is in. Ethan Rose is out. Stubbs Gas and Oil on I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Garcia at the top for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock against McNear on the outside right. Baker dribbling right baseline. Spinning left of the lane, in the lane. He's going to have to back it out. Still looking. Feeds it off to Garcia on the high right. Garcia with the basketball behind the three-point line, guarded by Keel. Between his legs, dribbling at the top, back out to Rosenbrock, dribbling left baseline. He's cut off over there by McNear. Cross-court pass is intercepted. Speed Diggers throw it away. Their 5th turnover. 3:44 to go before the break. Sterling 12, Brush 12. Jake Brown getting ready to come back in. Oh, watch out. Dunker nearly committed the foul. Jump pass stolen by Baker, who was kind of held there. Baker in the lane scoops it up, misses. Dunker gets the rebound, and he fades, shoots, misses, but he's fouled. And to the line is Jeffrey Dunker. Foul was committed by Connor Carey. That's his first. Dunker to the line to shoot. And the first free throw by Dunker is up, and that's in. Yeah, we had a Miami Heat announcer, and he still does it to this day. Somebody goes to the line, at the line, shooting 2. Or at the line shooting 1. Second free throw is in on the back end of a 3-point play. Dunker makes both, and the Beat Diggers with a 14-12 lead. Dunker is out with 3:31 to go. Brown is in. Very solid basketball game so far. Sanger in the backcourt for Sterling. Over to Lucas Lindgren. Beat Diggers applying this press.
Yep, a little 1-2-2.
And Lindgren took a little hop step. There's the bounce pass to Carey. Carey of the basketball. Just beyond the timeline, over to Sanger. Sanger outside left to Carey, picked up by Mickey. Carey with 3:09 to go, nearly stripped by Mickey. Over to Sanger. Sanger on the high left, picks up his dribble, looking, still looking. Still looking. Back out to Lindgren. and a timeout. That's a good timeout. And Mike Holloway's an outstanding coach. He can sense that something is going wrong with his team. 30-second timeout called by the Tigers with 3:01 to go in the second quarter. Neither team's had a big lead, but, Jen, this is eerily similar. Maybe even lower scoring than the first game. First game was 21-17 Brush at halftime. I don't think we're going to get there right now.
I don't think we are either. And what I'm seeing from both teams is they're kind of switching between a matchup zone and man-to-man to try and cover what they're doing. And I've seen from Sterling they're switching on all screens. So if they're going to switch on all screens, that's going to allow for some of those post-up things to happen down low, like mismatch, or even with a smaller guard, Austin Garcia with that post-up move earlier. On the other defensive end, we have got to be careful for those backdoor cuts because they're trying to suck us up high in the lane instead of keeping low and making sure that we are communicating everything.
And it did work once.
Yep.
Sterling with the basketball. Colin Sanger just beyond the timeline, picked up by Cranston, dribbling to his left. Back to his right, and he turned that over big time.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like putting his arms up. That was clear.
Yep.
That he turned that ball over. 7 turnovers for Sterling, the Beat-Diggers with 5. Rush can grab a 2-possession lead, which they haven't had in this game, with 2:45 to go. Rush 14, Sterling 12. Baker on the high left gets the pick from Rosenbrock into the lane. Bates from 10, off the back of the rim and in. It took the high hop for Randy Baker, the basket maker. Rush 16, Sterling 12. Sanger into the front court. Back out to Carey. Now on the high left with the basketball into the game is Jacob Suter. Over to Sanger on the outside right. Behind the three-point line. Looking, still looking. Cross court to Carey. Fakes the 3. Dribbles to his right, left of the lane. Back out to Sanger. Sanger against Trey Cranston. Free throw line, Lindgreen. 15-footer off the back of the rim. And the rebound to Kyle Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock across the timeline. Beat-Diggers want to run, but Sterling is very good on defense. They catch up very quickly. Baker over to Cranston. We are at 2 minutes to go, second quarter. Brush 16, Sterling 12. In the Patriot League Tournament Championship game from Greeley. Baker spinning on Lindgreen at the free throw line. Bounce pass down low, and that went underneath Ben Mickey. Way too risky. And the Beat-Diggers turn it over as it goes out of bounds. 6 turnover for the Beat-Diggers. Baker is out of the game, and Bryce Neededs is in. Jay Keel comes into the game along with James Skurjanek for Sterling. Inbounds pass into Keel. Keel still in the backcourt, pressured by Needens over to Lindgreen. Lindgreen to Keel. Front court pass knocked away by Cranston. Can't save it in. Nice job by Trey Cranston. That defense for Brush has been excellent. And to throw it in will be Lucas Lindgreen with 1:41 to go.
I'm kind of glad that Trey didn't go over the table.
Yeah, he would have gone right to your left. Here's Keel across the timeline. On the outside left to Carey, back to Keel. Keel guarded by Cranston. In the right corner, Carey with the basketball. Bounce pass to Sanger. Sanger guarded by Rosenbrock. Tries to squeeze into the lane, and then he's fouled. No, he traveled. Turnover number 6 in the quarter. Sanger's committed 3 turnovers. He thought he didn't commit any of them.
Yeah, he's confused because he keeps taking that crow hop step, but he's not getting rid of the ball fast enough. So he's coming down with that back foot, which is making him travel.
Let's see how much time the Beat-Diggers chew off the clock. Remember, they had a 4-point lead in Sterling and lost that game by 4 in overtime, so this is nothing new with the lead they have. Trey Cranston outside left at the top for Brown. On the high right towards Needens, and Needens was cutting one way. That was not well executed by the Beat-Diggers. They throw it away for the second straight possession. 7 turnovers for Brush. 1:08 to go before the break. Brush 16, Sterling 12. The Tigers have scored just 3 points in the quarter. Carey near the timeline to Sanger. Outside left to Carey. Left corner, Keel dribbles to his right. Wants to shoot. Ben Mickey right there. Back out to Skurjanek. We have 52 seconds to go, second quarter. Back near the top to Keel. Keel with the basketball to Lindgreen. Outside left to Skurjanek. Skurjanek double team looking. Here's Sanger. Left corner, 3 is up, and that's no good. Trey Cranston with a Beat-Digger rebound. Cranston with 37 seconds to go in the backcourt. Bounce pass towards Needens. Needens across the timeline, picked up by Lindgreen at the top. Needens will slow it down with 27 seconds to go. At the top with the basketball for the Beat-Diggers is Brown. Back to Cranston. Yeah, I'd take the final shot here. You're down to 18 seconds remaining. Cranston to his left, pressured by Carey, looking. Swings it back out to Brown. Brown with 13 seconds to go. Bounce pass towards Rosenbrock. Terrible pass. The Beat-Diggers have turned it over for a third straight time. Keel with 6 seconds to go with 5 across midcourt. Carey looks up at the clock with 3, with 2. And then the long three is going to be put up by Skurjanek, and it's no good, and it was after the buzzer anyway. We have played 16 minutes of basketball in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game for the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. The score, Brush 16, Sterling 12 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We head to the second half in this Patriot League Tournament Championship game. The Brush Beat Diggers leading the Sterling Tigers from the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley 16-12. And what is in store for the second half after a very low-scoring first half? This is the fifth of 6 games today, but the first of 2 tournament championship games. Let's see, the Beat Diggers break the huddle with that same lineup. Mitch Tormolen does have 2 fouls for Brush, and Jay Keel 2 fouls for Sterling. Jay Keel really hurt the Beat Diggers in the opening half, and Sterling with a couple of 3-pointers, but he has not scored in this game. Colin Sanger did score 6 points in the opening quarter. Sterling will have the basketball. Lucas Lindgreen, Matt McNear, Colin Sanger, Jay Keel, and Connor Carey. The Beat Diggers with Jeffrey Dunker, Austin Garcia, Randy Baker, Ben Mickey, and Mitch Tormolen. Lindgreen to throw it in. We begin the second half in the backcourt to Keel. On the outside left to Carey, back to Keel. Keel at the top of the basketball, dribbling to his left, back out to Carey, straight away to Keel. Keel on the high left to Connor Carey, straight away to Lindgreen. Now back over to Colin Sanger. They're just rotating the ball around, maybe trying to lull the Beat Diggers to sleep. On the outside left, Lindgreen with the basketball, straight away to Keel, guarded by Dunker, back out to Lindgreen. Just moving the ball around the perimeter. On the high right, Carey in the right corner for Sanger. Down low inside to Lindgreen, and he fades, and he's trapped over there, has the shot blocked again, goes back up, and Tormolen blocks it again! Austin Garcia comes away with the basketball, long pass to Baker, misses the shot. Connor Carey is fouled by Tormolen, his third. That's a big foul on Tormolen. He might have to find a seat on the bench here.
Well, he's walking to the sideline, and Kyle's standing there, so I'm guessing that's how that's going to go.
Yep, Tormolen's out, Rosenbrock is in.
Which is too bad because Mitch's height is needed in this second half.
With the basketball in the backcourt is Keel. Lobs it back to Lindgreen. Lindgreen looking. Throws it midcourt to Sanger. They've got a 3-on-3 cross-court pass in the corner for Carey. Carey dribbles left baseline. Almost lost the ball. Back out to Lindgreen. At the top for Keel. Dribbles into the lane from 14. That shot is short. Kyle Rosenbrock with a rebound for the Beat Diggers. Long pass to Baker. All the way. Scoops it up, and he's fouled. Baker was fouled from behind by Jay Keel. That'll be his third foul. It looks like head coach Mike Holloway will have to make a substitution here as well.
Well, and I like the fact that the Brush Beat Diggers are trying to push the ball a little bit, get ahead of those long arms.
Randy Baker to shoot 2. Baker scored 4 points in the opening quarter, make it 5 now in the opening half as he sinks the first free throw. Northeast Colorado's locally owned Hometown Savings and Loan in Fort Morgan and Brush, Equitable Savings and Loan. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest, 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. Second free throw is in. Beat Diggers with an 18-12 lead. Sanger in the backcourt of the basketball. Trapped by Garcia, motioning traffic. Front court pass to McNear. Then he throws it over the head of Jay Keel out of bounds, and Sterling turns it over for a 9th time. This is where Brush can capitalize. They weren't able to do that in the first half. They got some points here and there. Well, I don't remember the last time Sterling scored.
Sterling is getting a little bit frustrated, so if they can keep the pressure on him, that's going to be to their benefit.
Dunker with the basketball on the high left. The other timeline to Mickey, guarded by Keel. Swings it right side to Rosenbrock. Down low, Baker scoops it up too strong. Connor Carey with a rebound for Sterling, his third board. On the outlet to Keel. Beat Diggers have had shots there. Into the front court is Keel. Knocked from behind by Dunker. That's a nice trick. Here is Dunker with a basketball as Garcia threw it to him. Left of the lane, behind his back, in the lane, spinning back out. Garcia, 3 in the air, is off to the right. And the rebound controlled by Colin Sanger. That could have been a 9-point lead for Brush. 6:05 remaining third quarter. Sanger, long pass, left of the lane to Lindgreen, guarded by Baker. Lindgreen back out to Sanger, rotates it right side to Keel. On the outside left to Lindgreen. Lindgreen straight away to Keel against Garcia. On the outside right, Carey, 3 in the air. That's going to be an air ball. McNear cannot save it in. Boy, that was not a clean release there by Carey.
Well, and they're still trying to run that little backdoor play that they've got. So they've got one person in the post, and then they've got 4 on the outside. And anytime it goes opposite, they're going to try and get it in the post, get that little diagonal pass in to whoever's making the backdoor cut.
5:43 remaining third quarter. Brush 18, Sterling 12. Another defensive-minded game, but even more than the first time. Garcia with the basketball on the high right. Diggers have got to be responsible with these possessions. They were not good at the end of the first half. Lobs it to Mickey right through his hands, but he's able to track it down over to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock with the basketball. On the outside left, picked up by Matt McNear. Rosenbrock maintains the dribble, swings it right side to Dunker. Dunker with 5:17 to go. Right corner for Garcia. Garcia looking down low. Against Kiel, backs it out to Dunker. Diggers will be patient. Now to Garcia. Garcia will take the three, and that's around and no good. And the rebound controlled by Colin Sanger. Garcia's got to knock down one of those. Sanger on the outside right. Stripped from behind. The ball is loose on the floor. Wrestled away by Rosenbrock. Here comes Randy Baker the other way. Lays it up and in. Timeout. Sterling. The Beat Diggers now with a 20-12 lead. 4:52 to go third quarter. Brush leading by 8 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers with a 20-12 lead. 4:52 to go third quarter in this Patriot League Tournament Championship game. Over the Sterling Tigers. Sterling basketball with the Beat Diggers applying the press. Pretty amazing, Jen. We have played over 19 minutes. Sterling has 12 points. Beat Diggers only have 20, but in this game, that's a lot of points with the defenses that performed. And the front court pass taken by Kiel, foul from behind by Mickey.
Good try by Mickey, though. He was right on the right pass.
And to throw it in will be Lindgreen just beyond midcourt. And Sterling is yet to score in the quarter, and they had 3 points in the second quarter. Kiel with the basketball at the top on the outside left. Ethan Rose, 3 in the air. That's going to be around and no good. And Colin Sanger went over the back. That's going to be team foul number 2. And Sanger has committed his second. Beat Digger basketball.
And I'm still surprised that Sterling has not applied a press just to match Brushes.
For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Baker on the outside right against Lindgreen. Dribbles to his left, gets a pick from Rosenbrock, and the give and go to Rosenbrock. Ball batted away, intercepted by Connor Carey. 9th turnover for Brush. Sanger across the timeline, met by Garcia, back out to Kiel. This is such a cold spell. You fear when Sterling hits that first shot, could be the sign of some decent things to come for them. Here's Kiel, left corner, batted away by Baker, intended for Carey. Brush's defense is pretty much close to perfection. And Brown and Needens come in for Garcia and Ben Mickey. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest, 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. Kiel on the outside right to Rose, guarded by Brown. Back out to Kiel on the left wing to Carey, dribbling left baseline.
Oh.
Then he fell, and he fell with the ball right into Rosenbrock's hands. Very odd. Dunker into the front court, between his legs at the free throw line. Down low off of Brown's hand, out of bounds. Turnover number 10 for Brush. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to capitalize. If not, Sterling could go on an easy 4 or 6-0 run. I shouldn't say easy. And then all of a sudden they're right back in it, down by 2 or 4 points. James Skorjanik in for Connor Carey. The Beat Diggers really have wasted some opportunities.
Well, and I just saw Randy Baker trying to calm Jeffrey down a little bit, just trying to get him to run his offensive set.
Sanger across the timeline. Back out to Kiel. Kiel on the outside right to Rose. Right corner for Lindgreen. Lindgreen looking down low. Cross-court pass. Needens didn't see it, but he picks it up. Goes a long pass to Dunker. Dunker down low to Brown. Reverse layup up and in for Jake Brown. And the Beat Diggers now lead 22-12. 3:20 to go in the third. Ethan Rose, cross-court pass to Skorjanik. Dribbles right baseline, and Rosenbrock cuts him off. And then he dribbled the ball on the end line. And Mike Holloway frustrated over there, as Sterling has committed 6 turnovers in the quarter and has yet to score. Randy Baker to throw it in. Trey Cranston in for Brush.
And the Beat Diggers have done a great job just releasing 1 or 2 players down as soon as they know that they're going to get a rebound.
Backcourt pressure being applied. Needens to Baker. Baker with a basketball. Jump pass to Needens. Front court pass to Cranston. Cranston just beyond the timeline. With 3:03 to go, outside right to Rosenbrock, guarded by Lindgreen at the top for Needens. Straight away, 3 in the air, is off to the left, and the rebound controlled by James Skorjanik of Sterling. The outlet to Kiel. Kiel on the outside left to Rose. Rose back to Kiel. Kiel against Cranston. Crossover to his right to Skurjanek. Straight away to Keel. On the outside left to Rose. Left baseline. Here is Sanger dribbling to his right behind the three-point line. Sanger back out to Rose. 2:35 to go third quarter. Brush 22. Sterling 12. The Tigers have scored 3 points in the last 14 minutes of the game. Outside right, Skurjanek with a basketball in the right corner for Sanger. Fakes the three. Dribbles to his left. Swings it. Cross-court pass to Keel. Left corner for Rose. Three in the air. Good for Ethan Rose. They needed that one badly. Now a 7-point game. Brush 22, Sterling 15. 2:07 to go, third quarter. Needens across the timeline on the high right for Baker. Baker fakes the three. Looks straight away, Rosenbrock. He'll take the three. Yes! For Kyle Rosenbrock! He answered the triple on the other end. Brush back up by 10. Oh, they're going to call it a 2. 24-15. It's called a 2. Here is Lindgren. Cross-court pass to Rose. Rose gets a defender in the air, banks and scores. Rose to the line. And Rose to shoot one. Trey Cranston commits the foul. Yeah, they called that a 2. Either way, 24-17. Rose can make this a 6-point game. The free throw's in the air and in. Ethan Rose.
And I think they're going to check that right now.
Yeah, I thought that was a 3.
Yeah, I thought he was close to being behind the blue line, let alone the white line.
Yeah, I can't believe that's only a 2. Yeah, that appeared to be a 3, which would have made it a 10-point game. I mean, obviously we don't have replay, but I don't see how that wasn't a 3. Yeah, now they put up the extra point up there. It is a 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I thought I saw the official raise his hands up to signal a 3, so...
25-18, Brush, 1:41 to go, third quarter. Baker to throw it in. In the backcourt to Needens, over to Baker underneath his own basket. As Sterling applies the pressure, now to Needens. Needens with the basketball. Over to Baker. Baker front court to Cranston. Swings it right side to Needens. Needens pulls up from 10, partially blocked. Taken away by James Skurjanek. Sterling can make this a 4-point game with a 3. Sanger on the outside right with the basketball. And Ethan Rose was the spark plug. He got Sterling going with 6 points here. He's got the basketball now. Free throw line, Sanger. Sanger dribbles into the lane. Little 10-footer is up and short. And the rebound to Kyle Rosenbrock, his fourth board. Long pass to Baker. Baker, 1:05 to go on the outside left. Baker looking, 15-footer. Good for Randy Baker. He knew it when it left his hand. Baker at 6 in the quarter. Brush 27, Sterling 18, 55 seconds to go in the third. In the backcourt, lingering with the basketball across the timeline, met by Cranston. Back out to Sanger. Now over to Jay Keel. Keel behind the three-point line. Now to Rose, inside to Sanger. Sanger leans and he's fouled as he misses. Sanger to the line. He was mauled over there by a couple of B-diggers, including Randy Baker, who commits his first. So Sanger to shoot 2. He has not scored since the opening quarter. Don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you at Morgan Community College. And the first free throw is in, second free throw as well. Brush 27, Sterling 20. 38 seconds to go, third quarter. B-Diggers were up by 4 at the break, led by as many as 10. Baker just across the timeline with the basketball with 30 seconds to go. Dribbling against Lucas Lindgren. Gets the pick from Rosenbrock, feeds Rosenbrock with 24 seconds to go. Sterling will sag on defense. And now Sanger will pick up Rosenbrock, dribbling to his right. Rosenbrock spinning, maintaining the dribble, looking, feeds it back out to Needens with 12 seconds to go. Needens between his legs with 10, with 9, dribbles to his right, towards the right baseline, cross-court pass corner. Cranston, 3 in the air, is no good, and the ball is rebounded by Rose. Rose will put it up, and he traveled with 9/10 of a second to go. Well, let me tell you, that was close to being a foul on a shot from about 65 feet away. And Rosenbrock to throw it in with 9/10 of a second to go. Brown will put it up for 3, and that's short. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Brush 27, Sterling 20 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran with Jen Goodall back at the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game. Brush 27, Sterling 20. We begin the final 8 minutes with Jeffrey Dunker, Mitch Tormolen, Ben Mickey, Austin Garcia, and Randy Baker for Brush. James Skurjanek, Ethan Rose, a spark plug in that third quarter for Sterling with 6 points. Colin Sanger, Lucas Lindgreen, and Jay Keel for Sterling. Beat Diggers outscored the Tigers 11-8 in the third. And Brush will have the basketball to begin the fourth. Dunker on the bounce pass in the front court to Garcia. Garcia between his legs against Jay Keel. Looking, still looking. Swings it right side to Dunker. Dunker patiently dribbles to his left at the free throw line. Swings it down low. The pass is intercepted. Intended for Mickey, taken away by Skurjanek. Got to be careful with those interior passes.
Well, especially with long arms. These guys have a long arms compared to some of the other teams we've played.
Keel on the outside right to Skurjanek. Now to Keel outside left to Rose. Guarded by Baker straight away to Keel. To his left over to Rose. Left to the lane. Into the lane. Tries to squeeze up a shot off the back of the rim. No good. Mitch Tormolen has the rebound for the Beat Diggers. His fifth. Dunker for Brush. Into the front court on the outside right for Garcia. Garcia retreats towards midcourt against Jay Keel. To his left. Garcia dribbles left baseline all the way, scoops it up too strong. Put back is up and in by Dunker, and we've got a foul on Sterling. That foul, I believe, was on Lucas Lindgreen as Dunker grabbed the ball in midair. It was actually on Skurjanek. Count the basket for Dunker. He goes to the line to shoot one. That's a huge play with an even 7 minutes to go. Dunker can give Brush a 10-point lead, and he does. Brush 30, Sterling 20. 6:55 to go in the game from the University of Northern Colorado. Into the front court. Here's Sanger with the basketball. Spinning on Tormolen, leaning, shooting, scoring is Colin Sanger as they beat the press. Sanger with 10. Brush 30, Sterling 22. Plenty of time to go in this game. 6:38. Jump pass towards Dunker, intercepted by Keel. Keel the other way, left to the lane, cut off by Garcia. Back out Sanger, straight away three. That's going to be an air ball. And Lindgreen tries to save it in. And did he throw it off of Dunker? He did. Skurjanek did. Sterling basketball. Rosenbrock into the game for Mickey. Northeast Colorado's locally owned Hometown Savings and Loan, Equitable Savings and Loan. And Fort Morgan and Brush. The lob down low for Sanger. The ball's tapped away. It's intercepted by Baker. Ahead of the field. He'll lay it up. It's blocked out of bounds by Sanger. It will be Brush basketball.
Sanger wants it to be off of Baker, but I don't think I saw anything like that. I don't think any of the officials did either.
Ethan Rose got hurt. He's got a twisted ankle. That's going to kill them because he made a couple of clutch shots to get Sterling back into the game. Garcia to throw it in. Looking, lobs it out towards Baker. Baker at the top. He went for that basketball very nicely. Baker was not letting that ball come to him. Baker swings it back out to Garcia. Garcia against Keel. Gets a pick from Baker. Dribbles right baseline. Fades from 10. That's an air ball. Dunker's got it. He puts it up and off the back of the rim. And Connor Carey has the board there for the Sterling Tigers. Into the front court. Sanger with the basketball. On the outside left. Left corner Lindgreen. 15-footer. That's not going to get there. Rosenbrock has it. That might have been partially deflected by a Beat Digger. Rosenbrock on the outside right. 5:45 to go. Down low for Tormolen against Keel. Tormolen's going to have to kick it back out to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock down low for Tormolen. Puts it up, and that got partially blocked. Skurjanek has it, and then we got a foul in the backcourt. That's going to be the 15th foul against the Beat Diggers. And let's see who committed the foul. It was Jeffrey Dunker, his second, with 5:34 to go. And the Beat Diggers with a 30-22 lead. Here comes Jay Keel for Sterling. The Tigers can make this a 5-point game with a three. Over to Lindgreen on the outside left. Left corner, Carey, three in the air. No, back rimmed, and Jeffrey Dunker boxes out for the rebound. Dunker crossing midcourt with 5:16 to go in the game. Brush 30, Sterling 22. Baker at the top of the basketball. Baker against Lindgreen. Retreats. Baker maintains the dribble. Hands it off to Garcia. Now near the timeline on one hop to Dunker. Picked up by Skurjanek. And even 5 minutes to go. Crossover dribble. Dunker left to the lane. Back out to Tormolen. Swings it at the top for Baker. Baker gets a pick from Rosenbrock. Gets a defender in the air. Has a shot blocked. Baker gets it right back. Baker back to Tormolin in the corner. Beat Diggers have to reset. And then we have, is that a ball knocked out of bounds? Beat Diggers retain possession. And now we do have a timeout called by Sterling. 30-second timeout, 4:46 to go. With Brush up 30-22. Well, we know one thing. If Sterling doesn't get to 30, the Beat Diggers, unless they don't score the rest of the game, will win this game. But, boy, the defense by Brush.
Well, and Sterling kind of picked up their intensity in the last couple sets here. So we've got to make sure that if we're driving in and doing the slashing like Randy Baker likes to do a lot, he is getting good looks, but we also have to crash the board and make sure that we're there for the offensive board without fouling, especially Mitch Tormolin.
The Beat Diggers have 5 team fouls, Sterling with 3. Tormolin has 3 fouls for Brush, and Jay Keel has 3 for Sterling. Turnover situation. The Beat Diggers in the game have committed 12. Sterling has committed 16. 7 of those came in the third quarter. Rosenbrock to throw it in. 4:46 to go. Brush 30, Sterling 22. Rosenbrock looking. Right baseline for Tormolin. Tormolin looking down low for Dunker on the right baseline. Knocked out of bounds by Skurjanek. Beat Diggers retain possession. And let's see who throws it in. That will be Austin Garcia. Garcia, Tormolin, Dunker, Baker, and Rosenbrock. Bounce pass to Rosenbrock in the lane. Lean shoots, and he misses the shot. Had an easy one, but the rebound, nothing is easy. Actually, Connor Carey comes away with a basketball. Here's Jay Keel on the outside right to Skurjanek, well behind that three-point line.
Now they're going that 5-out offense with the cutters, so we've got to stay low and make sure that we're talking that defense.
On the outside right, Carey with a basketball. At the top for Keel, on the outside left to Lindgren. Yes, Skurjanek was cutting. Now he's back towards the top with a high right to Keel. At the top now for Sanger, outside right to Keel. Dribbling to his left, can't take the three. Now to Sanger, fakes the three, then he's fouled. Tripped up by Baker. And that's going to be the 16th foul on the Beat Diggers, second by Baker, with 4:06 to go, and Brush still leading by 8, 30-22. Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Spa Engine Repair Shop, Hometown Auto and Hardware, 1305 Edison Street. So here with the basketball once again are the Tigers. The three is missed by Connor Carey. Mitch Tormolin has the rebound, is 6 for the Beat Diggers. And the outlet pass goes to Jeffrey Dunker. Into the front court is Dunker at the top. Crossover dribble on the outside right, back to Tormolin. Tormolin with the basketball, feeds Baker, 3:41 to go. Brush still leads by 8. Baker right of the lane all the way, scoops it up and in off the glass for Randy Baker. Baker has 8 in the half, 12 in the game. Brush back up by 10, matching their biggest lead, 32-22, 3:24 to go. At the top, Skurjanek with the basketball, into the lane, bounce pass to Carey. Right wing three in the air, barely got to the rim. Ball out of bounds off of Sanger. At blowdornlumber.com, you can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales flyer, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Doesn't matter if you're a contractor or painting your kitchen. At Blowdorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Friendly service, serious service. Blowdorn Lumber in the backcourt. Garcia jump pass to Dunker. Front court to Rosenbrock, a 3-on-2. Rosenbrock will take the three, partially blocked by Sanger. Connor Carey comes away with a basketball for Sterling, and then the ball is thrown away. Beat Diggers intercept. Here comes Dunker across midcourt, 2:58 to go. Dunker's going to slow it down right of the lane, back out to Baker. The Beat Diggers in control right now, leading by 10. Austin Garcia on the outside left to Rosenbrock against Keel. Has the ball stripped, gets it back. Bounce pass to Garcia. Garcia swings it down low towards Tormolin. Intercepted by Connor Carey. Sterling comes the other way. Skurjanek into the front court on the outside right with the basketball behind the three-point line. In the right corner for Sanger, guarded by Tormolin. Now double team with 2.5 to go. Dribbling to his left against Austin Garcia is Sanger. Crossover dribble back to his right. Into the lane. Puts up a shot off the glass and in for Colin Sanger. Timeout for Sterling. Sanger now has 12 points in the game. We've got 2:21 to go. Brush is in the lead, 32-24. And now it's basically about just taking care of the basketball, Jen.
It is, and you know, Sanger's, he's a threat. He came all the way back outside the three-point line and then ended up in the lane for a layup for someone his size. It wouldn't be for a shorter person, but it'd be about a 6-footer. But
the Beat Diggers in this quarter have been outscored 6-5.
Yeah.
Well, check that. No, they've outscored Sterling 5-4. They're
but how many layups did we miss? We've missed about 4.
Yeah, 5-4. So
4 or 5 layups.
I mean,
we've had point-blank looks and just they didn't go down.
Incredibly enough, we have had one team score in double digits in a quarter. That was Brush's 11 points in the third quarter. Every other quarter has been in single digits. The Beat Diggers to break the huddle with 2:21 to go in the game, leading Sterling 32-24 with Jeffrey Dunker, Mitch Tormola, Austin Garcia, Kyle Rosenbrock, and Randy Baker. For Sterling, it's Colin Sanger, Connor Carey, Jay Keel, Dylan Manuelo, and James Skurjanek, and they will apply the press. Garcia to throw it in. Brush is committed. Just 13 turnovers in the game. Backcourt to Rosenbrock. Front court pass to Baker. It's a 2-on-1. Baker bounce pass to Tormola and lays it up and in. Oh, that was beautiful by the Beat Diggers, beating the press. Brush 34, Sterling 24. 2:07 to go. Sanger right of the lane. Back out to Carey. Carey in the lane. 10-foot pull-up is off the back of the rim. Rebound Carey. He banks and misses, and the ball is loose on the floor, and it's taken away by Rosenbrock. Beat Diggers in the backcourt. Now Garcia gets the front court pass from Rosenbrock. Dribbles to his right against Connor Carey. 1:46 to go. Brush 34, Sterling 24. Beat Diggers are in no hurry to shoot. Garcia with the basketball against Carey. Dribbling back to his left, and we have a foul. That foul is on Connor Carey. No, it's on James Skurjanek instead, away from the ball. That'll be his second, the team's fourth. 1:38 to go. Garcia, three-quarters court to throw it in. Looking, and he calls a timeout, and that's a smart play. You take advantage of the time, especially when you have the lead. Don't give away the ball. And I think a Beat Digger got open at the last second.
Randy did in the corner there.
But you know what? If you didn't see him, call the timeout, because what do you have to lose? Well, you have to lose the possession, which is big.
Right. The longer they can hang on to possession, easier it's going to be at the end of this game.
That timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, and he'll find the best policy to fit your life. 842-4555. Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Sanger, Skurjanek, Carey, Keel, and Manuelo for Sterling. The Beat Diggers with Rosenbrock, Tormola, Garcia, Baker, and Jeffrey Dunker. Three-quarters court. Rosenbrock to throw it in. Lobs it down low for Garcia. A nice catch near that right corner. Actually bounce pass to Dunker. Dunker on the outside left with the basketball. Backs out to Baker. He's got 1:28 to go. Baker was bodied up by Manuelo. No call. Now he's fouled. That'll be the 15th foul. Foul was committed by Jay Keel. That's his fourth. Sterling has to score 10 points to tie the game, and they've scored 24 the entire game. Rosenbrock to throw it in. Lobs it out to Garcia, and Garcia's fouled by Skurjanek. Garcia's got to watch out there. There was a little contact after he got hit. He's going to get hit hard. They want to commit the fouls. You can't be retaliatory.
Right, and that's part of maintaining your poise. I mean, obviously they know that that's the game plan, so you've got to be prepared for it.
Rosenbrock to throw it in. Bounce pass to Tormola. Tormola is fouled. Tormolan's used to getting bodied up hard.
Yeah.
Dylan Manuelo commits the foul.
It's nothing new if you're a post player.
The Beat Diggers have not led by more than 10, but they can do it right now. Tormola hit the front end of a 1-and-1. With Brush leading 34-24. The senior eyes, shoots, connects. Brush 35, Sterling 24. 1:21 to go in the game. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day and night, when they do every second count. Second free throw is up. That's short. Colin Sanger with a rebound as a level 3 trauma center. Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center bringing quality care to the community. The Keel three in the air is around and no good, and the ball is batted out of bounds. And I think that's off Tormola, and Sterling retains possession with 1:08 to go, and the Beat Diggers up 35-24. Beat Diggers call a timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. We'll take it with them 1:08 to go in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game. It's Brush 35, Sterling 24 on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com. The Tigers have the basketball. Connor Carey to throw it in with 1:08 to go. Beat Diggers leading 35-24. And a 5-second violation. I got to tell you, that was a quick 5, but either way, the Beat Diggers will take it. Sterling has committed their 18th turnover of the game. Garcia to throw it into Baker in the backcourt. Baker looking, trying to get out of pressure. Then he's fouled. Well, they did him a favor because Baker was really trapped back there.
Well, and he just about traveled if they hadn't called the foul.
Connor Carey commits the foul. 18th foul against Sterling. Carey's second personal. Baker leading the Beat Diggers with 12 points in the game. With 1:05 to go, and Brush up 35-24. And they've had control of this game after the first quarter in which they trailed 9-8. Free throws in the air, and that is around and short. The rebound controlled by Colin Sanger. Into the front court is Connor Carey. Dribbling to his left, he'll pull up for the three, and that is short. No, it's good. Oh, it looked like it was going to come up short as the ball was hanging on the lip of the rim. Sterling calls a timeout, 55.7 seconds to go. Not done yet. Brush with a 35-27 lead. It's a full timeout, but we'll keep it right here. Well, that's a 5-point swing. If Baker makes those free throws, all of a sudden the Beat Diggers are up by 12 instead, or by 13, I should say. Instead, they're up by 8, and they have the basketball. The Beat Diggers in the game from the line. 4 to 5 in the first half, 4 to 6 in the second half, so they're 8 out of 11, so they're doing a good job. But they're going to get fouled. Here's the time to start hitting these free throws consistently, and you do that, and you come away with a Patriot League Tournament Championship. I guess at this point you want to put your best ball handlers and free throw shooters in there.
Right, and I'm sure Coach Garcia is too probably trying to say, you know what, let's burn some time as much as we can before you guys take the foul. So try to pass the ball around a little bit before we let them catch us and foul us.
Well, they have missed their last 2 free throws, which doesn't seem big, but they were 8 out of 9, now 0 out of 2, and now you're getting towards, well, you're getting towards crunch time.
Yep.
Manuelo, Keel, Sanger, Carey, and the fifth member out there, Skurjanik for Sterling. Garcia, Baker, Dunker, Tormolin, and Rosenbrock for Brush. Garcia throws it in backcourt to Rosenbrock. Jump pass towards Dunker. And Dunker fouled from behind by Skurjanik, but it's only the 19th foul, so still a 1-and-1 situation. With 52.5 seconds to go, Skurjanik commits his fourth. And Dunker to the line. Dunker, though, is 4 out of 4 for the line, but those 4 don't matter. This is the one that really matters. Free throw is up, and that is off the back of the rim. Rebound, Tormolin. That's a huge one. Hands it off to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock to Tormolin. He's fouled by Carey. Or was the timeout called again? Yeah, timeout again.
Timeout.
47.7 seconds to go. Tormolin has 7 rebounds, but none bigger than the one he just grabbed off the missed free throw. But all of a sudden, 8 out of 9 has turned into 0 out of 3.
Well, and the save, the ball going out of bounds as well from Kyle, so possession is possession.
That timeout brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, 842-4555. With the Beat Diggers up by 8, and they've got the ball with 47.7 seconds to go. 19 fouls for Sterling. The next one gets the Beat Diggers to the line for the double bonus. Committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending, and you don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. To throw it in underneath the Sterling basket is Austin Garcia to the left of the basket. Looking. Got to get rid of it. Does to Rosenbrock along the left baseline. Takes some time off the clock. Rosenbrock's trying to do that. Rosenbrock still with the basketball to Garcia. Cross-court pass to Baker. Under 40 seconds to go. Oh, Baker. He was fouled, let's just put it that way, by Keel, and Keel should be out. That's his 5th foul, and Keel was held scoreless in this game. 39.1 seconds to go. And checking in, Michael Bocanegra is into the game for Sterling for the first time.
Well, and he had no choice. I mean, he had to foul regardless of what number it was.
Randy Baker to shoot 2. First free throw is up and short.
4 in a row now.
They were 8 out of 9. Remember, it's a full 3-possession lead if you make this one. He could have given him a 4-possession lead. Second free throw, and that's in. So the Beat-Diggers now lead 36-27. 36 seconds to go. Carey met at midcourt by Baker, dribbling into the front court. Carey the basketball, back out to Manuelo. Left corner, Skurjanek, 3 in the air, is short. The ball is volleyballed around, and it's still loose to the floor. Still loose, and what do we have? It's a kicking violation. Who kicked it? I think it might have been a Beat-Digger. It was. With 25.2 seconds to go, Beat-Diggers up by 9. Sterling has got to make threes here because they're not going to have enough possessions if they don't start hitting threes. Sanger to throw it in the left corner for Bocanegra. He'll take a 3, and that's well short. Bocanegra grabs the rebound. His runner's up, around, and good for Michael Bocanegra.
This looks like a full-court denial test.
Tormolen into Dunker, and Dunker's fouled with 13.3 seconds to go. But the Beat-Diggers look like they have this game secure. Manuelo commits his second foul. And Dunker to the line to shoot 2. Let's see if he makes this free throw. This one's up. That looks good from here, and it is. That's Jen Goodall with her free throw description. Trey Cranston checks in for Randy Baker.
Good game.
Yeah?
You were waiting for me to throw that one out, too, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, okay.
Usually you say it right after the game, but now you figure the game is over with an 8-point lead, and now it is 9. Dunker makes the second free throw. The inbounds pass to Sanger, 11 seconds to go. Long pass to Carey, dribbles to his left, pulls up for a 3, off the back of the rim. Ball is tipped around into the hands of Kyle Rosenbrock, fouled by Connor Carey. And the Beat-Diggers are going to win this Patriot League tournament as they lead by 9 with 3.8 seconds to go. Carey with his third personal. And to the line is Kyle Rosenbrock to shoot 2. And the Beat-Digger fans are standing in approval and in unison. Free throw by Rosenbrock is short. Second free throw upcoming. Jacob Nichols into the game for Mitch Tormolen.
Oh, Jacob Nichols and his smile are very infectious, yes.
Second free throw. That one's up, and that's in for Rosenbrock.
Can't help smiling when Jacob is smiling.
Rosenbrock is out, and Jake Brown also in for the final 3.8 seconds. Skurjanek at midcourt, over to Connor Carey from half court. His shot is up and off the top of the backboard. And the Brush Beat-Diggers have won the Patriot League tournament from the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. Final score, Brush 39, Sterling 29. A 2-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome to the Beat-Digger postgame show, brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design, as the Beat-Diggers trailed 9-8 after one quarter and then led throughout the remainder of the game as they defeated Sterling in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game from the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, 39-29. The Beat-Diggers outscored the Tigers 8-3 in the second quarter for a 16-12 lead at the break, 11-8 in the third, and 12-9 in the fourth. The Beat-Diggers, the designated visiting team, were led tonight by Randy Baker with 13 points. Jeffrey Dunker at 12, 6 points in the game for Kyle Rosenbrock. Mitch Tormolen with 4, 2 apiece for Austin Garcia and Jake Brown. Sterling got 12 points from Colin Sanger. Ethan Rose with 6, 3 apiece for Connor Carey and James Skurjanek. Michael Bocanegra and Dylan Manuelo with 2, and a free throw for Matt McNear. Beat-Diggers committed just 13 turnovers in the game to 18 for Sterling. And the Beat-Diggers unofficially out-rebounded Sterling 25-21. Rosenbrock with 7 rebounds. Same story for Mitch Tormolen, while Sterling was led by Connor Carey with 6 rebounds. And at the free throw line, Sterling was limited to 5 free throws. They were 4 out of 5, 80%. The Beat-Diggers 12 out of 18, 67%. So the Beat-Diggers have won 3 consecutive games, all in this tournament. They improved to 19-3 on the season, and because of this victory, the Beat-Diggers, even though I think even with a loss they would have been guaranteed a top 8 seed, now are not only going to be a top 8 seed, I believe they're going to be a top 4 seed at the very least. They should be a number 4 at the very least going into this state tournament, this 32-team 3A state tournament that begins on Friday. And games in Brush more than likely at 5 and 7 o'clock, which is normally the format, or 5:30 and 7 o'clock. But again, we'll let you know on Monday as soon as that decision has been made by Athletic Director Jason Strow and the corresponding schools. They will know on Sunday. The CHSAA Seating Committee will meet on Sunday to determine where the Beet Diggers will be seated. We know they will be playing at home for sure, but just an excellent job by the Beet Diggers, and they look very comfortable, Jen, after just weathering, I shouldn't say really weathering the storm. They weren't down by 6 or 8 points or anything like that, but just settling into the flow of the game and, in my mind, controlling the entire game.
Well, and when they were controlling it, they ran a couple different things that Sterling wasn't prepared for. Every time they thought that a shot went up and we had a good chance getting a rebound, they would release somebody, and most of the time it was Randy Baker. Jake Brown was gone a couple times, and that seemed to work. We had some easy layups. Jeffrey Dunker, one of those times, and we had some layups. Now, we did miss like 4 or 5 layups at point-blank range down underneath just a half-court set offensively, but, you know, those are things that are going to happen in games like this, especially when you have all players to go against with long arms. It's going to alter a shot or make you think a little bit about who's coming to swipe it.
All right, the Nuggets and the Thunder are coming up right after our post-game coverage here. The Nuggets and Thunder playing from the Pepsi Center after the Beet Diggers won this Patriot League Tournament Championship game over the Sterling Tigers 39-29. We'll wait just a couple of minutes to see if we get head coach Ken Garcia with his post-game thoughts. Lots of traffic over there on the other side, and I'm sure he's getting interrogated, but we'll keep it here for just a couple of minutes as the Beet Diggers have won this Patriot League tournament for the first time in school history since this Patriot League was founded several years ago. Beet Diggers for a while played in that Northern Plains Conference, and the Patriot League came around. The girls did win this tournament back in 2009 as a number 3 seed. The Beet Diggers do it tonight as a number 2 seed over the Sterling Tigers. And I think, Jen, that probably gives you an even more increased confidence that not only did you beat a team like Sterling that was the top seed, you beat a team like Sterling that beat you in overtime just over a week and a half ago. You did it on a neutral floor. And if you make it to the state tournament, the 8 team, the final 8, you'll be playing on a neutral floor. I would think the confidence of the Beet Diggers, which was probably high before this game, has gotten even better. And let's face it, if you look at the sequence of games in this tournament, struggled in the first half against Valley, played a strong second half, then played a better game against University, particularly in the second and third quarters. And even tonight, I don't know, it's tough to compare whether they actually played better tonight than last night, but they had control of the game last night and then obviously control of the game tonight as well. So it looks like maybe the Beet Diggers are starting to peak again, because you never know when certain teams begin to peak. And the Beet Diggers, who were definitely peaking earlier this season, are certainly doing it again as they win this Patriot League tournament, and they defeat the Sterling Tigers by a score of 39-29. All right, let's bring in head coach Ken Garcia and get his thoughts of the Beet Diggers Patriot League Tournament Championship. Coach, congratulations. Basically, your thoughts on what was another outstanding defensive effort. Yesterday, you addressed depth. That's always a good thing for Brush, but the defense a big thing. I mean, Sterling scored about 3 points in a total of 14 minutes between the second and third quarters, and it seemed that your pressure defense kept them out of rhythm throughout the course of the game.
I think our intensity was great for this game. Our kids got up for it, and they just played an exceptional game tonight.
Looking back at it, was last night more the pressure cooker than tonight? Because you don't win last night, you're playing for third place. You're not sure if you're going to be hosting. I still think, regardless of the outcome, you would have been a top 8 seed. But you looked a little bit more loosey-goosey on a neutral floor. And I remember when we talked a week and a half ago in Sterling, I want to get these guys on a neutral floor, and you had your chance and took advantage of it.
Yeah, it was great. I told the kids at the beginning of the game, in the locker room, I said, go out and have fun, enjoy this. You earned it. It's a championship game. And, whatever happens, I'll be proud of you. Just play hard. And so I think that relaxed the kids a little bit, and they came out and, just enjoyed the moment and got the job done.
Was this eerily similar at times to the first game, or did you feel, you know what, there were times in that first game I thought we had control and couldn't gain control. Sterling kept coming back, but it seemed in this game, for the most part, you had control of the game, even though Sterling really never went away.
Yeah, you're always, as a coach, you're always leery of that. Somebody can get on a run, and I thought there were a couple of times there where they were just about ready to get started on it. They hit a 3 on us. We came down and hit a 3 right back and answered them. So, we shut down any opportunity they had to try to get us on a run. And, so we were efficient enough on offense to get the job done and, aggressive enough on defense and shut them down. I thought the kids just did a marvelous job.
You nailed 8 of your first 9 free throws. Then I started looking towards you on the bench as the free throws were being missed over there down the stretch. Oh, my gosh. I mean, it could be agonizing because you got the game put away. You got a few minutes. You still shot almost 70% for the line, but that's an area that I brought up repeatedly. I'm sure you brought up repeatedly because when you get into a closer game, you want to be making those free throws. But the fact of the matter is you did get out to the big lead because when you did get to the line early, you made those free throws. I think one thing that's a great statistic is limiting Sterling to only 5 free throw attempts. Even with as good a defense as your team played, could you anticipate that limited number of free throws when Sterling has the ability to get the ball down low to a couple of 6'4" and 6'5" guys, and it seemed your defense was just compressed, and they weren't basically allowed to do so because you collapsed down low so well and on the perimeter, and thus Sterling could not get to the stripe.
Yeah, we just stayed in front of them, and I told them just stay in front. Don't let them go to the free throw line. There's no need to foul them. Mitch got in foul trouble a little bit earlier, and he was just trying to be too aggressive. I told him, hey, just control the middle and make the tough shot. Don't foul them, get them to the free throw line, and bail them out like that. And so I thought we did a lot better job of that. Not initially, but after we talked about it and after Mitch settled down a little bit, and he just controlled inside for us. Did an outstanding job.
Well, the crowd last night was the biggest we've seen in a while. I'm sure that you want the biggest home support because you never know what you're going to get in Brush, but last night was great. Now you got an opportunity to play back-to-back games. You got the big practices this week. What about the focus in practice this week? I'm sure you're thinking, yeah, these next games coming up are super important, assuming that you win Friday and can win on Saturday as well and advance to the Grade 8. But what about the focus and intensity in practice? Even though I'm sure it's been there all season, I'm sure you want it to go up even higher so these kids don't just celebrate this championship and forget that they've got a couple of games coming up.
Right. As soon as I get them together, that's the first message I'm going to tell them. Enjoy the heck out of this because you deserve it, but we're not done yet. There's still a couple of things out there on our plate that we want to accomplish. So, I think our focus is going to be good, and I think the kids understand that, they've got something special going on this year, and they want to continue it. So, I don't think the message, I don't have to send them too big of a message here. I think they understand it, but, I'm going to let them know as soon as I talk to them right here that we're not done, and we need to have a good week of practice, and then we'll see who we get on Friday night.
Ken, congratulations on the Patriot League Tournament Championship. We'll see you on Friday in Brush.
Thank you.
That's Beat Digger head coach Ken Garcia as the Beat Diggers do it tonight at the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. They defeat Sterling 39-29. Beat Digger girls lost earlier tonight. Actually, this afternoon, 45-38 as their season came to an end. Sound engineer and producer of Brush Beat Digger basketball has been Rose Condas. For Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran. The final score in the Patriot League Tournament Championship game, the Brush boys defeat Sterling 39-29. Nuggets and Thunder from the Pepsi Center are next, right here on 1010 KSIR. And you've been listening to Brush Beat Digger basketball as well on KSIR.com.